All right, class, this is the answer key and the explanation to our exercise over in Unit 3 for last week. Now, what I want to show you is a way to do this phrasing, and then I'm going to show you my phrasing and why I phrased it the way I did. Now, notice here, verses 6 through 9, I would simply do a Control C on a PC or Command C to copy that on Mac, and I'll take it over to a Word document. And before I do that, before I show you how I phrased it and why, I want to show you something that if you have Logos, it's really helpful. And don't panic when you see this, because I'm going to show you this is like an interlinear. This is called the Lexham Clausal Outline of the Greek New Testament. And I want to show you what this particular product does, and you can purchase this through Logos. It came in my level. I think silver and above may have this. And what you do is go look in your library, or I'll show you a better way. Go to your guides menu and click the exegetical guide, and you'll notice that we have 1 Peter 1, 6 through 9 in the reference box. And in the exegetical guide of Logos, there's a category called visualizations. If you expand that, it will show you what you have inside of Logos, and you just come down. There's two of them, the Lexham Syntactic Greek New Testament and the Lexham Clausal Outlines. I'm going to show you both of these. Now, use these things to help yourself, and I'm looking at the clausal outlines first. And I want you to see it tells you what the main verb is. Okay? So let me just click that on there, and I'm just going to highlight it in red for you. Now, here is the main verb. Now you'll see the Greek up top. Don't let that throw you. Here's the English. In which you rejoice greatly. Okay? So rejoice is your main verb. All right? Now stay with me, and I'm going to show you how this clausal outline can help you as you do your exercises. I'm trying to mark this in a clause. Can't seem to get it to just mark one thing. It's wanting to mark the whole clause. So here, the purpose, and you put your cursor on there, it'll tell you the purpose for rejoicing is so that the genuineness of your faith may be found. Okay? Now notice, you find the purpose, and then here's the verb that goes with that purpose clause is down here, may be found. Now it's going to allow me to do that. So let me go ahead and mark that in a different color. I was wanting to mark this right. Oh, there we go. Get my mouse right on it. It'll mark it. Okay. Now I want you to see this. Just kind of eyeball these colors. All right. So the reason that we rejoice, even though for a short time we're distressed, it's so that the genuineness of our faith, and then he moves into a little parenthetical explanation, which is more valuable than gold, that's passing away by fire, but it is tested. See, that whole little section right there is explaining how their genuineness of their faith is being tested. Okay? So then it may be found, and found to what? Two things. To the praise and glory and honor at the revelation of Christ. Okay? That's actually a verb there, but to praise and glory and honor when Jesus comes. Now, notice the next phrase is describing, I'm sorry, my mouse is going crazy on me. The next phrase is describing, oops, I went too far, Jesus Christ. So we have at the revelation of Jesus Christ, whom you love, but you've not seen him. See, this right here, I'm just going to mark that in blue or something. This whom goes back to Jesus. That's a relative pronoun, and every pronoun has an antecedent. It's what it represents. So it's the whom is Jesus. So you want to be getting this stuff over to the right. Whom, not seeing, you love. In whom, again, Jesus, in Jesus, now not seeing, you believe. And you rejoice. And how do you rejoice? With joy inexpressible and full of glory. And how do you rejoice? By obtaining the goal of your faith, the salvation of your souls. Okay, now it's pretty cool, isn't it? That marks it out for you, and it tells you these verbs right here. Here's another one, right here. And I'm going to mark that in red so you can see that. And then you've got another verb down here. Mark that in red. So now you get this visual picture of when you break down a passage. So let's go now to the English, and I'm going to pull this from another screen. Okay? And I have it phrased out for you here in the same colors that I showed you from this cool little clausal outline from Logos. In this you rejoice. And then he has this little verbal thing, though for now, for a little while, you're grieved. Why are you grieved? So that your faith can be tested. Okay? Nobody likes going through trials, and it grieves us. But why do we go through trials? It tests our faith. And secondly, that our faith might be found. See, we come through the trial, we pass through the fire like gold goes through fire, and our faith is what's left. And that it is found, and that faith that is left ends up resulting in praise and glory and honor at the revelation of Christ. Oh, by the way, Peter says, though you've not seen him, you love him. And though you do not now see him, you believe in him. And you rejoice with joy. So here's basically how I would outline this. We are commanded to rejoice as we go through trials, and the purpose of the trial is that it tests our faith, and then we are left over with praise and honor and glory to Jesus. And hey, by the way, though we don't see him, we love him, we believe him, and we rejoice in joy. What kind of joy? It's inexpressible, and it's filled with glory, and that rejoicing is what helps us know that we obtain the outcome of our faith, salvation of our souls. Okay, so I'm going to post this for you, and it'll be on there. So what I would do, if you want to color code these, you can, and I'm just simply in Word. I'm just going up here on the Home tab. See the Home tab right here. I drop it down, and there's this one little category, which is you can color the letters, and the others, like a magic marker, you color the background. Okay, so you can mark things. I like to use the one that colors the letters. So I use colors that show up pretty good. So just get your own system going, and I like to use, maybe red for the main verb, and here's the next level, and then here's a third level. So I would title this maybe something like Rejoicing Even Through Trials. And then ask the congregation, why do we go through trials? Well, it tests the genuineness of our faith. And then we get through the trials and we find out that we can praise and honor and glorify Jesus. And then Jesus is the focus of our faith and our dedication. We've never seen him, but we love him. We've never seen him, but we believe in him. And through loving him and believing him and our faith, we rejoice with joy. It's inexpressible joy, and it's filled with glory, and it represents the obtaining of the outcome of our faith. Hey, that's salvation of our souls. So you can see how this kind of flows down from left to right, and that's how you then structure your outline, and I'll tell you, that'll preach.